once I left the collieries. Because
right.
the colliery was a case of, right, oh, you're not very well educated, you've got literacy troubles and things like this, but the colliery will always be there for you.
Yeah.
So the idea, we went to the colliery, but the colliery got a bad rub for that, because now they're looking at work-based training and things, and that's what the colliery was. The colliery was all about work-based training, because you went in, we went like little spring lambs to the training centre and got our little belts and things and helmets and all that type of stuff, and you got trained and then went down underground. And then when you finished all your training and ready to go underground, you went underground, but you were put with somebody who then learnt you how to keep yourself safe and all this. And it was 14 years of understanding safety situations. And even now, there's many a time I've seen people in dangerous situations, and of getting them out of the way. If we're working on a project or a building, like it's something to do with a dene or cutting down a tree or something, there's always somebody who wants to stand in the wrong way. And I don't know if it was, I always put it down to me pit training. I could see a situation where somebody was going to get himself in, and it was that sort of environment, the pit. It learnt you a lot of other things like respect and compassion towards somebody else and an older man and things like that. I went down the pit, just finished me at what they call the underground training. So what you did is, you did 6 months service training, then you went to the training centre and then took you down to a safe area in the colliery and done your underground training. Once you were finished with that, you then came back, and I was about 17, full of go, think I knew everything. And I was sent with 2 guys who were maintaining the belt lines and what carried the coal out the collieries. And he was about 6'2", this guy, and real powerful sort of man, and he had this little sidekick with him, and great team of fellas. And he said, I want you to go along there, there's a piece of belting, roll it out, there's a measurements for an apron, and in the apron was a piece of conveyor belting that ran across the length of the side of a coal chute to stop the overspill when it came over the top of the chute. And he says, I want you to go along there, I want you to cut it. So I can't remember the dimensions exactly, but it was about 8 foot long or something. So I went along and I chalked the line out, got my Stanley knife out, and went and cut it all, punched all the holes in where I needed to punch the holes in and things like that. And I was really proud of this first underground job. And I came back and he goes, have you finished that? I said, aye, it's all done. I've dropped it. Are we going to put it on then? He goes, no, he says, we're just going to keep it as a spare. And I looked at this bloke and I said, oh, so I'm wasting my effing time then, am I? And he went, and he got hold of us by the shirt collar and he picked us off the ground, put us up against the coal and it girded us, and said, no son, you've made an apron for the next time we need one. That's what you've done. And he dropped us on the floor. And I thought, I shouldn't have said that maybe. And then I realised at that point that I'd gone from the schoolyard to the workplace, and that was a fantastic learning curve. And then I told my brother about it, and he says, well, what did you expect them to say? You know, and really it was that, I understand now, you cannot, there was like that automatic respect, and I hadn't learnt that yet until that man got hold of us and said, and it was like, I grew up that day in a big way.